Okay, okay. So officially, good morning, everybody. Thank you. First of all, thank you for Simone to give me the chance to lead this session. Yeah, and by her effort to participate, even traveling. Yeah, and Tassio is our guest today to talk about his life, about his travels, about his experience and besides, to start the meeting, last session, Simone, Tassio, Betty, and me were in the polyglotters, in the hot polyglotters meeting, okay?
I'm so
I'm
curious about
joking.
that. You guys talking about hot topics?
Actually, no. It was a cold night, and we were talking, and not feeling so cold. But cold for Santos, it's like Rio de Janeiro, hey there. It was,
Yeah.
I think it was 20 degrees, isn't it? 20
Yeah.
degrees?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something that, no,
and
I think that night was, yeah, that night was a little bit colder. I think that 20 degrees.
yeah.
You didn't have snow that day, but it was cold. Yeah. Okay, okay, people. So let me introduce Tassio for you. Tassio is a friend of us in Polyglottas group. He one of the person that responsible for leading the Polyglottas group here in Santos, because Polyglotta is a group that is in many places of Brazil. And here we try to keep it working. Okay. And Tassio I consider he an entrepreneur and he's a psychologist too. So I think that you can make some or can ask some different questions for her for him because he works in two different areas. Okay, so okay, Tassio, please introduce yourself for the group.
I'm Tassio. I'm 37 years old. I look younger, I know, but uh, I'm a psychologist for 15 years, and I have a company with 10 years. Um, it's IT company, and I work a lot. I can uh, be at the meetings, the most part of the meetings of Polyglotta. I love to be there and talk with people in English to practice and everything. Um, I'm a single child by my mom, and uh, and I have a dog, a caramelo dog, vira-lata caramelo.
Yeah,
So Brazilian.
yeah.
And I like to travel. I like to know different uh, cities and places. Um, the most part of the places that I met was in US, but I visit the Netherlands, London, Madrid, Rome, and Barcelona in Europe, um, and here in South America too, Uruguay, and I'm an, I'm um, a
A
well
traveler.
person. Yeah, I'm a very well person.
Yeah, a kind of gypsy, because yeah. But Tassio, let me make the first question for you. How do you deal to manage all these jobs that you have? Because you are involved in different jobs, okay? You have to change the key when you work, when you are in your company, when you are in your office as a psychologist, and then you have another job too. I know that. And how do you
Yeah,
do to manage this, your time?
it's not so easy, but for me, it's regular because it's my life. But I I work in the morning with social projects in Caixa Econômica with projects with poor families and with uh, federal projects, and it's in the morning. I have the afternoon to my company sometimes because I can work from home, and at night I go to my office of psychologist and work there. I work almost 10, 11 hours some days, but it's okay because it's different types of work
Yeah.
and
Are you working
different
more? Are you working as a psychologist more in person or through internet?
online. Nowadays, online. In the past, before pandemics, I worked in my office 6 days per week, including Saturday. Was a little bit freak time to work, but after pandemics, due to pandemics, I start to do online therapy, and most part of my clients lives out of Santos.
Okay.
Nowadays, I just go to my office 1 day per week, once per week, just for presential therapy with people from Santos.
Okay, great. And I have a curiosity, Tassio, about your job as a psychologist. Do you think that people uh, has a kind of fashion to consult a psychologist, or do you think that the world has become more they have more need to consult a psychologist? What do you consider? Do you consider that there are people that go to a psychologist without need, or think that it's a kind of thing that people discover that can help their lives? What's your opinion about that?
I think both, but the most part of people need because I think it's never the life never gets easy in the past, but nowadays it's too fast the things, and we need to complain about of all the things that we are working with and deal with. And now
Yeah, yeah.
nowadays, I think uh, anxiety and depression it's too high, more than we can lead about the the things the statistics is not real because we have too much silent disease. People are suffering in at home and nobody see. I think
Uh,
most part of people needs to be there, but sometimes we receive people that just want know more about themselves. And
okay, great. Yeah,
Heider,
yeah.
the question?
Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, Tassio. So, Tassio, during my life, I also ask for psychology help. You know, I I learned that I need to keep my mind work the best way I can do. And I right now I think I don't know if I sure people don't know how to deal with frustration. People don't like to hear no, or don't know to hear no, don't accept uh, to negative things. Okay, I ask for you. Why do you agree with I talk about that because my parents tutored me uh, deal and I'm prepared. They prepared me to live to deal with frustration. They told for me, hey, the life is hard, will be hard. We need to be prepared to overcome and hear no when you want hear yes. I don't know if a new generation don't know or don't learn how to deal this the things that happen in their life, in your life. Because live is so hard. Live is not easy. Everybody have problems, okay? If you are single, if you are married, if you are rich, if you are poor, uh, anyway, we will find problems, questions all the time. Do you agree with my point of view?
I think you have a good point, but when we talk about mental disease, it's not because frustration just, but the society grew up since you're born more than twice. We have a biggest population every year growing up, and it's so hard to deal with because uh, too much people and too much social problems and too much poor and we got uh, different situations of the last decades, like the life in 100 years ago was more with farms, little cities, and manual works like manufacturing and nowadays we got a uh, biggest population than ever, and we got a lot of mental problems and mental disorders. Disorders is a name that I like to use because the disorder it's something that we can fix, we can put in order. And when we talk about illness, it's like something too bad that we need more uh, interventions to treatment. And mental disorders grow up too much, but depression, anxiety, uh, we had like more than 200 years of reports of this kind of disease, and nowadays just grew up like the population, not only because the frustration or something like oh, we need to learn how to listen no. This is a good point for education. This is a good point for managing with child, but it's not only this. We have too much of families without nothing. We have too much of families without the minimum of education, and people that can't work with a lot of other problems, not only the frustration of one thing or how to. We need to, like society, uh, get more mature to deal with this, I guess.
Okay, so just to complete, I think sometimes, maybe many times, not is just not, you know, not is just not, not need to be not. There is a interesting phrase that I love right now to help or to avoid the violence against women. Okay, the phrase is not. Some people, many people don't like or don't want to understand that. They want to ask, oh, why not? Just it, not is not. Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
Tassio,
go ahead, Simone.
I have so many questions, but they're all different. So let's start. When it comes to COVID, right? Do you think like the society in Santos or in Brazil at all, did they change after everything that happened? Like people, what do you think?
I think we got a break. Nowadays, I see the most part of people
Yeah.
just doing everything like before pandemics, and it was a break to think about it, to work about it. Of course, in during pandemics, the number of search for psychologists grew up too much because uh, we had a lot of questions like change the places who lives and start to be too much time with people that we don't use to be like a family because the most part of people spend like 3 hours, 5 hours maximum with family, and one day it was 24 hours, 7 days per week, and of
And,
course everything changed that time.
but in your opinion, is it better for society or not? How people are behaving at the moment?
I think that time it was everything new. We were um, start to analyzing how survive with with family and friends or uh, relatives and but I think we got one time of more anxiety, one time of to look more and pay attention to person who lives with us, and sometimes oh, these people, uh, it's not uh, common behavior. We need to look, investigate it, what happens. I think we got a microscope about our lives that time, and we discovered more things. Like my neighbor, I can talk about neighbor, not about patients. Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
uh, but my neighbor the, got a son, and this son got some kind of behavior of a spectrum of autism, and it was okay. I can see that, but maybe nobody was looking and pay attention. but during pandemics, it was like everyone talking about it because he screams a lot. I never heard before pandemics. I just look the behavior, his behavior with toys, with his brother, and after pandemics, everyone, this kid needs help because he screams all day long, and he got so people start to pay attention, like with him. When he was just in school, it was okay for the family. His family was looking like, oh, it's okay. He's tired. It's because and when we got 24 hours at home, we got, oh no, we have more than social problems of school. And his behavior was very singular, but okay, nowadays they got it. But during pandemics, his mom just knocked my door and asked, "Oh, do you have a psychologist numbers? I need help with him."
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, the other question is, what is your dream vacation? Which place in the world do you like to visit?
My favorite place,
Your
Dream,
dream
your
vacation,
dream
dream.
vacation.
my dream
What you,
vacation. My dream vacation is start the vacation today and end 10 years looking and visiting every country about of the world and different societies. I never got Asia, and I want to be there, but not like a dream because my first dream of a place to visit was New York City, and I spent like I think 12 times in New York City.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I know very well New York City, and I love that place. Uh, I love to be there, but I love to be in Madrid too. Madrid, I got 3 times in Madrid, and it's a place that I love. I I loved Amsterdam too, but I need to visit more. Uh, you live in Netherlands, Simone?
Belgium, Belgium,
Belgium.
Belgium? Oh, it's too close.
yes.
Uh, and I want to visit more times. But my dream of travel was like start in Japan and come back to here, spending 1 month in each country.
That's a beautiful dream.
Yeah,
Yeah. Where are you going to, Simone? You are going to Netherlands now, you said?
Yes, I'm going back home now. So I still have 2 hours to drive back to Belgium. I'm still in Germany, in the road in Germany.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
It
That
was
we're
that's
long
just
weekend
passing
here.
by Germany to Belgium.
Yes,
Yeah.
we had 4 days off. So, and tonight I have a wedding. So that's why I have to go home one day earlier. And then tomorrow I have the day off. So,
okay, yeah.
yes.
What kind of celebration do you have in Belgium these
There
days?
was
It's a
like
special.
a Catholic holiday.
Okay, yeah, uh-huh.
I think in Brazil was also. I think all the countries which are Catholic had this holiday.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Here,
know the name in English.
no,
I don't know the name.
next, it's
In English.
today it's Pentecostes. Pentecostes is the what
Ah, yeah,
the
that
is
is the
going to
name. Yes, Pentecost. Yeah.
Pentecostes, yeah. And you have in our holiday will be in Corpus Christi on the day
June.
of my birthday in June 19th. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
Here
know
is the
if the I don't know if it will be a holiday because of my birthday or because Corpus Christi. I think that's because Corpus Christi.
But this
Yeah.
holiday, it's not every year in your birthday, right?
No, 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 it is not.
no.
Yeah.
No, it's
No.
yeah,
It
Yeah.
depends on the Easter holiday. Carnival, Easter holidays is always in the Catholic countries. They have these holidays.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
sure.
Carnival is 40 days before Easter.
Yes. So in
And
Belgium, they celebrate Catholic holidays.
good.
Okay. Let me show Tassio. You were born in Santos, weren't you?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm going to share the map because I think that Heider and Simone don't know well the region. Here is the region of Baixada Santista, okay, Simone and Heider.
I know
And
the
I
name,
think, sorry?
but not the map,
just the name I've heard. By
just the
Chaga
name.
Santiste, I know, but I have no
Yeah,
idea.
Yeah, so you see that you live in a
it's
kind of island. You can see Santos and São Vicente are two cities inside an island. Okay, so what place?
and
Yeah,
this is
sorry.
the horse's head. The
Oh yeah, yeah,
Santos
yeah.
is horse's head.
Horse's
Can
head.
you
Yeah,
see?
it looks like
And
a
Guarujá is the
horse head.
dragon. Yeah, and the Guarujá is the dragon.
Okay, here it's yeah, it seems to be a tiger in this
Here is
map.
the head. No, it's a dragon because this is the head. The legs here, uh,
Uh,
and we have like wings and and then the tail and the
yeah,
point
uh-huh.
of Perequê, that place after Perequê, is called the Rabo do Dragão.
Okay, this part where Praia do Coiuba,
After
Coi-
this, close to Bertioga.
you have Praia de
Start here.
Poranga.
After Perequê is Rabo do Dragão.
Okay, let me see
It's
if I
a
find. Okay,
curiosity that yeah, about our place that we have horses and dragons.
here, Perequê. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that it looked like more a tiger than a than a dragon. But okay, I think that's a question of imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what part of Santos did you live and did you born and live?
Oh, you,
You're mute, Tassio. You're mute.
oh,
Okay, go.
do you want to share the map to tell you
I
about my place?
Yeah, just a minute.
The
Just a
map
minute.
just yeah.
Let me see here. Okay.
I think the most people with address in Santos, uh, it's me because uh, if you got a zone in the East Santos,
Uh-huh. Okay.
nowadays I live close to you the same
Yeah.
address, the same street of Itapuã. But
Yeah.
when I born, I was living on top here in Acosta Avenue,
Okay.
Vila Matias,
Uh-huh.
and then I moved to Imbaré, and I
Uh-huh.
got 3 places in Imbaré, and I left Santos to Itajaí, and
Oh, yeah.
in Itajaí, yeah, I lived for almost 1 year in 3 addresses in Itajaí. When I come back
Uh-huh.
here, I come back to Ponta da Praia, close to the police, uh,
Okay.
and
It's a Canal
and
Canal 6.
Canal 6,
Canal 6,
and
yeah.
then I moved to Afonso Pena, Aparecida, in
Uh,
the corner of
so you
Aparecida Square, and then I moved to Ana Costa again, the first address that
uh-huh.
I lived,
Yeah,
the
okay,
same
yeah.
building, and I came to Gonzaga, Marechal, Pompeia, Paraíba Street, and nowadays I'm living here. So
Yeah, yeah.
I changed my address a lot.
Okay. So I'm going to, I don't know if people want to come back to this subject, but I got curious. I have a curiosity. Uh, I have two questions about that. First of all, the number of children that need your service as a psychologist increased in the last years?
I don't work with children, just
Uh,
teenagers and adults, but inside my office, too much parents looking for therapy for kids and diagnosis. I don't like too much with this kind of thing. I think we need diagnosis to know uh, how we can open more uh, our minds, open up our minds with school and other situations. But I think we got too much diagnosis. It's
uh,
real. It's real, but in the past we don't have diagnosis and we don't have aesthetics to work with this. I don't like the diagnosis, but it's necessary for us. The law needs, and the government needs to how to work. I think we increase some kind of disease, maybe because our food, maybe because our lifestyle, maybe because this uh, toxic things that comes uh, with fruits and vegetables, not only the frozen food. But I think we change it a little bit, but not too much. Like people start to, oh no, it's uh, uh, a kind of we are uh, finding problems with in some places in some areas, and no, we are not finding. We are just diagnosing for treatment and for uh,
uh-huh.
increase the protection of law.
Yeah.
But uh, I think people start to look and pay attention more. I
Yeah.
was talking to a friend of mine yesterday about a cousin of mine. He's now around the 50. I guess 50, and we don't have a diagnosis of him, but he's different. He's so different of everyone. But nowadays he's working with something that he likes, and he likes to skateboard, and he loves this, and he spends like 4 or 5 hours per day with skateboard. He's different. He doesn't have the diagnosis, and he's 50 years old. A lot
In
of
terms of,
people,
oh, yeah.
no, a lot of people got too much suffering because there wasn't treatment, there wasn't, and uh, he got a spank from his father too
Uh-huh.
much times because he wasn't good in school,
Okay,
but
yeah.
he's not good in school and working. And nowadays he works with a thing that he's very special. He do some draws of brands of t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So he got this kind of things. He got some models, and not draw, but it's like mixing elements and
To
the
create
draws
image,
to create
yeah.
a new image.
Yeah. And
And he's very good.
in terms of, yeah, I was reading a book of Augusto Curi. I think that everybody knows about Curi, famous psychiatrist. I think that's a bestseller writer, and he have a book called about anxiety. Okay, anxiety. Do you think that in terms of mental disorder, anxiety is changed too much, or the number of anxiety people increased too much in the last years, according to the questions of Simone after the pandemic? Do you think that the number of the anxiety increased in the population after the pandemic?
No, I think people discover the anxiety during pandemic is because uh, the anxiety is a physiological thing that we have with behavior from animals. It's a heritage of animals behavior.
Uh-huh.
And anxiety, everyone got anxiety. Everyone can be anxious, but sometimes, like during pandemics, we grow up the kind of numbers of people discovering the anxiety. The most part of people don't got treatment for anxiety. People just got suffering at home, and it's silent because we don't have too much uh, things. If you got like a panicky, it's a kind of anxiety. We have a lot of anxieties disorders, and if you have a panic, you have uh, everyone can see because you don't leave your home, you have scared to be, but anxiety, it's silent for everybody the most part of the time, and people are suffering all the time since 100 years ago, because 100 years ago the anxiety was like no, because the rain is too much, because the dry weather is too much, and you can lost the plantation, and you can lost because some kind of and anxiety was there, but we don't have statistics, we don't have diagnosis of dead people that lives in the farmer, in the farm, in working with other things. And nowadays, people who lives in cities, we can see, we can check. Nowadays, the most part of people in the cities don't work with this, work with more people, and this will show up soon. And during pandemics, people start to notice, oh, this behavior maybe is anxiety. This kind of things that happens to me maybe is anxiety, and I need treatment. So I think the pandemics grow up the number of people with anxiety and
Inside people.
depression looking for treatment. Not because of the pandemics, but people start to, oh, I need help. And now it's
Yeah.
easy because the online sessions is easy for most part of people that don't want to go to a office of psychologist because the fear of the other things. Oh, I'm crazy. I'm looking for a psychologist. But online, it was easy because people just text it in Google. Oh,
Yeah.
schedule, and oh, just close the door and start to do a therapy, I guess. And nowadays the number is lower than pandemics because people are not looking for treatment.
Yeah.
People
Okay.
are just suffering, you know.
Yeah. Heider, what do you want? Do you have a question?
Yeah, just curiosity. Recently, my daughter, who is 36 years old, was diagnosed diagnosticated with autism, you know. And when I looking back, I I feel kind of the regret because I didn't know about this disease, you know. And when I thought about the her strange behavior, I feel very bad because it's not easy for a dad make mistakes, this kind of mistakes. And my life is a little crazy because I have I have a sister who has schizophrenia, you know, and all the time I needed to look for a psychology to help me to deal with both situations. But I always learn something with my sister and my daughter, especially because my daughter get divorced and back to live with me and my wife. And I think it's a opportunity to make different things with her. Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I think don't feel guilt about the past, and this is the kind of things that I am telling, and I always talk about it. The diagnosis. I don't like the diagnosis thing because I think we need treat every human like a human, and we don't need take difference. We don't need a law to protect some kind of humans because we don't need this kind of society. But nowadays, and in the past, this is my dream of civilization But nowadays, in the past, since ever, we always do. We always increase the suffering of everyone that is different, and this is too bad. We need to complain. We needed to be with them, with everyone, not because the diagnosis number or code. And but look for the past and just look how you did good things to her, and without a diagnosis, you I think she was very happy with suffering like everyone with some kind of, but without diagnosis, if you got a nice job like a father, you will see, oh, a lot of things was just made with love. It's more important than we have a lot of course, the treatment is very important. We need the diagnosis nowadays to give the treatment, to give the protection with the law, and in the school, and a lot of things. But we need to change. We need to change our education system to open for everyone. We are changing, but it's so hard because the school for autism it need to be for everyone, like for every kind of disorders. We don't need scores. We don't need the competition of, oh, you have a 10. Oh, Leandro got 10 in his math, and I got a 0. We don't need this. We need a change and got better like a society, and we need evolution for uh, including everyone. But nowadays, we of course we need the diagnosis, treatment, and support for every kind of disease. But I have this dream of society that we don't need the law for protection, because we, like society, like humans, we can protection everyone, and this is my dream of society. Of course, nowadays it's
Yeah, yeah,
impossible, and we need to do everything like
yeah.
bad work with some kind of medicines that it's full of control, right,
Yeah.
bad.
The good thing
And
is the good
my
thing.
dream is we don't need this kind of full of control, because people just use the medicines for that thing. We
Yeah,
don't need this kind of full protection.
yeah, the good things right now, people, society, government talk about the disorder, mental disease. In uh, the past, people start with this Down syndrome. Right now, people talk a lot. It's very good about the autism. But on the other hand, for my point of view, it's of course because my situation. Uh, the society and the medicine don't talk about the others mental disease
Diagnosis and the
kind
other
of
mental disorders.
schizophrenia, kind of schizophrenia. People don't talk about schizophrenia, okay? But I hope one day people in the society will open their eyes to this kind of disease.
Yeah, but
No.
schizophrenia and the schizoaffective, because
Yeah,
this both are like semblance disorders, and it's like I guess I don't remember now the right number, but it's like less than 1% of Brazilians so we don't have too much space because numbers higher than these. We need to discuss more. But I agree with you. We need to open more. Some years ago, I remember we got a TV show about schizophrenia, and the actor was Bruno Gagliasso,
Yeah.
and it's a kind of discussion that we need, like society too. We don't care if less than 1% of population just got this kind of disease or disorder, but we need open our mind for everyone and every mental health or illness problems.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
Simone, or Betty, Leandro, do you have any question to Tassio? And any curiosity, any question? You're muted,
I
Simone.
think that this 1% of schizophrenia diagnosis is because there is a lack of access to mental services. No? We don't have professional enough or service enough around the country to people look for. No? So
Yeah,
I think this number is underestimated, and it's not the disease of the moda, the fashion disease.
Fashion, yeah.
I think the focus is autism now and anxiety, but I think that's the saying, no? The lack of opportunity, to the lack of access to services, to mental health service, and professionals and treatments. No, I think that's the reason we have just 1%.
Yeah. Simone, you would like to make the last question because you are in time to.
Yes, yes. The last question is, Tassio, you're a busy man with so many jobs. Do you have time for hobbies or sports? What do you like to do on your free time?
actually, I have swimming classes 2 times per week, and I'm at gym again because I lost one job, like Renato, Beth, and Leandro knows, because I had a pizzeria for 3.5 years.
Wow.
And nowadays I got too much time, free time.
No, but I think that's because you were eating the stock. You are eating the stock. This is the problem of pizzeria. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the pizzeria, yeah, got too much time of my time that I don't have,
Yeah.
of course. And
Yeah.
and nowadays I feel like lazy with 3 jobs.
Okay.
But
Okay, guys.
I come back to work out at gym, and now swimming classes. I don't have too much jobs, too much hobbies. Jobs I got hobbies like um, usually some people do, but I like I like a lot of things, and like bowling, like snooker, like and I like to do everything.
Okay, my
Barbecue,
friends.
right, Leandro?
Okay, thank you very much. Tassio, it was a pleasure having you here this Saturday with you, Leandro, Heider, Betty, and Simone. Thank Simone for your effort to be with us. And I hope you have a great weekend. Simone, have a great holiday too. and I hope to see you soon, okay? Let us know, Simone, when you come, when you reach Brazil, okay?
Yes, I'd love to meet you in person. Thank you so much, guys.
Okay, thank you, people.
Thank
Have a good
you.
day. Bye
Thank
bye. See
you.
you.
Have a
Bye.
Thank
nice
you. Bye bye. Bye
weekend
bye.
and
Have a nice
nice
Saturday.
holiday.
Bye bye.